Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending the location where you're joining us on this beautiful Sunday. We are here once again to commence our program on moral and wisdom. It's another wonderful day, and we all shall be glad in this day for witnessing this wonderful moment in our life. The greatest is the faithfulness of God. Morning by morning, His mercies is always with us. Everything He has provided, everything. There is none that is being provided by us, but everything has been provided by that great Spirit. Our eyes have not seen, but we believe in Him, we trust in Him by faith. We believe there is God, and by the work of God, we trust Him. He has made us to trust Him through His work, through His signs and wonders. That's why we are called the children of God. Greatest is the faithfulness of God. Still from us, though Jesus Foundation, we are here this moment to continue our teachings on moral and wisdom. Today we have a topic we titled, "What model are you using?" That is our topic on this wonderful day. I will go ahead and pray and go into the business of today. The Lion of the tribe of Judah, we gather before you to hear from you. Send forth your Holy Spirit, the great comforter you promise us, to be in our midst right now, that every discussion we are going to have will be the one that will bear fruit in the life of everyone, that at the end of the day, we will have reason to live a life that will please you, to live a life that will make us to be remembered by our good work, not our bad ones. These are what we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. Remember, there is a song that said, "It's only by our work we shall be remembered when we have passed through this life. There is no other thing they shall remember us for. It's only by our work. When we pass through this life, only our work shall we be remembered for. There is no other thing. Nobody will remember how much you kept in the bank. Nobody will remember how much you kept in your savings. Nobody will remember how beautiful clothes you used to put on when you are here. They will only remember you by your work. Whenever your name is being mentioned, the only thing they will remember is what you used to do when you are here. That is why we must make sure we get it right, because of tomorrow. Tomorrow, you may not have that opportunity. But when you have that opportunity, you must make sure you get it right, because only by your work you shall be remembered for. Take note of that. Only your work. You shall be remembered by only your word. Only your work. I shall be remembered by only my word. Only my work. Not by how much I may kept in my savings, but only by what I have done. What are you doing? Ask yourself a question. What are you doing? It's very, very important. Our topic today says, what model are you using? I want to welcome every one of you. Everybody who is already live here with us, I appreciate your presence. Your presence is a great thing to us. That every moment of this hour, you make yourself available to be here with us. I want to appreciate you. And I pray that your life will continue to be a good person. Your life will continue to bear fruit. That is my prayer for you. That every word you are hearing here will be a word that will build you, not a word that will destroy you. That every word that will come out of my mouth will be a word that will encourage you, not the one that will discourage your life. That is my prayer. Our topic said, what model are you using? That is our topic. What model are you making use of? What is the model you are using? We have only one word to look into this morning. That word called model. We want to see the simple meaning of model. When you say model, what are you trying to say? Model carries a lot of weight. It's one word that carries a lot of words too. When you talk of model, you are talking of a standard or example for imitation or comparison. I want you to see that. Underline that word, standard. Underline that word, example. Those standard and example is for what? For imitation or comparison. Model is something somebody will use to compare. Model is something somebody can do what? Can imitate. Somebody can repeat it. That is model. That's why you will see somebody will say, this person is my role model. I want you to understand that word. That word is a very deep word. You can hear people saying that, oh, this man is my role model. Model is something that you can repeat. Model is something that you can imitate. Model is something that you can do what? You can compare. That's why you say imitation or what? Comparison. Comparison. Model is something that somebody will begin to compare and say, oh, I want to do it like this. I want to do it like A. I want to do it like B. I want to do it like my girlfriend was doing. I want to do it like my father was doing. I want to do it like my mother was doing. There is always comparison when you talk of model. There is always imitation when you talk of model. There is already a standard. There is already what? A standard. And people will begin to copy. People will begin to imitate that standard. People will begin to imitate that example. Somebody might have given that example. Somebody might have showed that example. Before people will begin to do what? People will begin to copy it. When you talk of model, you are talking of what? Pattern. When you talk of model, that word, the pattern will do what? Will come in. I want to do it in that pattern. That person is doing it. When you talk of model, that word, an image will come up, will pop up there. Model is an image. Your model is your what? Image. That is what you are presenting to people. Your model is image. People is looking where you are. That is model. That's why our topic says, what model are you using? What are those models you are copying today in your life? What model are you imitating today? What model are you trying to compare today? What model are you trying to do what? Make use of today in your life? That is our topic. It's a very big topic. It's a deep topic. Model. Which model are you applying in your life today? Because I want to tell you that life you are living, there is somewhere you have seen it. There is listen. There is where you are looking at. There is somebody you are trying to do what? Copy in that your lifestyle. That's why sometimes when you see somebody, you say, they will say, oh, this person resembles his or her father. When you see this person, they say, oh, this person resembles this family. There must be somebody. There must be a model you are imitating in everything you are doing. In every life you are doing, you are living today, there is somebody life you are trying to copy. There is somebody life you are trying to do what? To imitate. That is why our topic said, what model are you using? There is a lot of model. Take note of that. There is a lot of what? Model. But I want to tell you something. When you take a battery of model phone 1 and use it to go and put in phone model 2, I want to let you know it cannot work. That is the problem people are suffering today. The problem that kept a lot of people where they are today is the kind of model they are using. Listen to me. The kind of model you are making use of may not be the model that is compatible where you are right now. That is why you cannot make move. That is why you are stuck. Do you know why you are stuck where you are? Do you know why you are confused where you are? It is only one reason. The reason why you are still confused is because you have not found the right model to make use of. Maybe you are using the battery of Model A to power the Model B. I want to let you know it can never work. Your prayer cannot make it to work. Listen to me. Your fasting cannot make the model of A to work in model of B. There is no way. When you are using the battery of iPhone 13 to go and power iPhone 7, I want to tell you it cannot work. If you fast 100 days, it is not going to work for you. You need a battery that is compatible to iPhone 7 before it can work. It's very simple mathematics. The problem people is facing today is that they are imitating the model that is not compatible to their life. Listen to me. What model are you imitating? Have you asked yourself, is that model compatible to my own self? That model you are copying right now, That comparison you are doing with someone's model, is that model compatible with you? It's a question I want to ask you. Where do we use model? When you talk of model, where do we use it? I want you to begin to share this message. Remember, the only thing you can do to any human being every Sunday, like I always tell you, is only one thing. Only thing you can do to anybody that is still breathing on this earth is to make sure you make them to get to this message. If you are watching me live, make sure you have already shared this message to every contact you have. Share it in your Facebook. Share it in your WhatsApp. That is only gift you can give to anybody. There is nothing else you can offer to somebody every Sunday. If that person does not have money to watch it, give that person data. If you have money to buy data for that person. That is the only thing you can give to anybody. Moderator, listen to me, I said, where do we use model? Where and where do we use model? Number one, at school. Let me tell you something today. At school, we make use of model every time we are in the school. In the school, you went to school. By the time you get yourself there, you begin to imitate other people's model. Which person model are you imitating in your school today? Which person model? Is that model compatible with your parents? In school today, right now you are in school. Which model are you imitating at school today? Which model? Whose person's model are you trying to imitate in the school? Is that model compatible to your parents that send you to school? It's a question you need to ask yourself. Before you adopt the model of child A, I want you to ask yourself, is that model compatible to your own parents that send you to school? Was that model the model your parents put in you before you went to school? That's why you are in trouble. That's why you are a wrong girl today, because you left the model your parents has given to you before you went to school, and you get there, now you are imitating another person's model. That model is not compatible to your parents. Your parents cannot foot that model you are imitating. Take note of my words. What model are you trying to imitate in the school? Is that model compatible to your own parents? Can your parents afford that model you are trying to imitate from other students at school? That is the question you need to ask yourself. And I want to tell you, that is why you will be in trouble. That is why you cannot function. Because I have already told you, if you use a battery of iPhone 13 to go to power iPhone 7, it is not going to work out. It will not work out for you. That's why you will be in trouble. That's why you will be stressing your body every day and now. Because you are trying to make the use of model that is not compatible to your parents that send you to school. That is number one. Number two, where do we make use of model? At our job places. We make use of model at our job places. At that your job place, What model are you making use of today? Is that the model that brings you into that office? Is that the model that make them to employ you in that office? Are you still making use of that model that make the owner of that company to employ you? Or have you changed? Have you begun to imitate other co-workers? I want you to look at yourself. I want you to watch yourself. With the time you went to interview, when they were interviewing you, every answer you were giving. Today, I want to ask you, are you still making use of those models in the time of your interview? Or have you changed? Have you begun to imitate other co-workers that carries their own kind of model? And now you have left the model that is compatible to the owner of the company that employed you. That was the model the owner saw in you before they offer you that job. Today you have left that model and begin to live and begin to act and begin to imitate other people's model that is not compatible to the owner of that company. And I want to assure you, that will bring a downfall to you. That will result for them to sack you from your job. Because that model is not compatible to the owner of the company that employed you. That is number 2. Number 3, business. Business. What model are you making use at your business place? What model are you making use of? Is that the model you used when you started that business? Is that the model you told people that made them to begin to patronize you? Or have you changed the measurement you are using for them when you started that business that made them to be coming to you? Are you still making use of that measurement? Are you still making use of that model to your customers? Or you have changed for you to make more money? Are you still giving them the same quality of product? That product, the quality, the model, make people to begin to buy it. Today, are you sure that that product still carries that the same quality you told people? That the same quality you put on the ingredient of that product. Are you sure you still have the same ingredient in the present product you have today? Or have you changed the model and you are still selling it to people, telling them that it's still the same model, but you know the model of that product, you have already changed it for you to make more money? I want to tell you, one day the truth will be revealed. One day the truth of that product will be revealed. One day the quality of that product will be revealed to the people. Are you still making use of the model you told people before they began to patronize you in that your business? Or are you just deceiving them? Which model are you still using in your business? Are you sure it's still the same model? Are you sure it's still the same product? Or you have already changed it? You are just selling the label to them. They're just buying label. You give them B and put label A on that product. Because people have already known that A is a good product. That's why I told you that model is all about imitation and comparison. When you talk of model, you are talking about imitation and the word comparison. Are you sure you are still making use of the same model you told people before they begin to patronize you in your business. That is number 3. Number 4, marriage. Marriage. When we use model, number 4 is what? Marriage. Before we go into that one, I want us to go to the book of Ephesians. Let's go to the book of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5. Let's see what the Bible said there. Let's look at Ephesians, the book of Ephesians. Number 5 is what? Marriage. Number 4 is what? Marriage. Let's go to the book of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5. I will read from verse what? I will read from verse 22. I will read from verse 22 of book of Ephesians. Let's see what the Bible said before I will treat that point, marriage. Where do we use model? Marriage is number 4. But before I will treat it, I want to look into the Bible and see what the Bible said before I go ahead. The Bible said in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 from verse 22, wife, be subject to your husband as to the Lord. Verse 23, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and is himself, it is Savior. Verse 24, as the church is subject to Christ, so let the wife also be subject in everything to their what? Husband. Verse 25, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and he gave himself up for her. Listen to me this moment. Listen to me this moment. This moment is a moment. Many people will like it. Many people will not like it. But I want to bring to you what the Bible said. The Bible said, wife, be subject to your who? To your husband. And the husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. There is 2 commands there. Wife, be subject. Wife, be submissive. Husband, love your what? Your wife. Let me tell you something. A man only needs one thing from a woman. Only one thing. Every man needs only one thing from a woman. Just one thing. When you give a man only one thing, the man has all to give to you. Only one thing every man needs from a woman. And it was recommended by the Bible. According to where we read, a man only needs a woman's respect. That is the only thing a man needs. A man does not need you to love him. Listen to me. A man does not need a woman's love. A man only needs a man only needs a woman what? Respect. He does not need a woman's love. A man does not need you to love him. A man only needs you to respect him as a man. A man only needs you to allow him to exercise his authority. There is authority given to a man. There is what? Authority given to a man to exercise in every marriage. And when a man lost that authority, Any marriage you see, a man does not have authority, that marriage cannot stand. Go and check every marriage that stands. There is a man with authority in that marriage. What model are you using in your marriage? Have you been able to check the kind of man you are married to? Have you been able to check the kind of woman you are married to know the kind of model you will do what? You will apply. If you marry a man that wants to be a man, women, listen to me. If you marry a man that wants to keep the instruction given to a man by the Bible, then you, a woman, you must be what? Submissive. You must be subject to that man for that marriage to work. But if you marry baby boy, definitely no problem. You can ride the marriage. But if you marry a man who wants to be a man, if you marry a man who wants to make the use of authority given to him as a man, woman, you have to be subject. Woman, you have to be what? Submissive before that marriage will work out. For that reason, you have to weigh, you have to check the kind of man, what model of man are you married to before you begin to operate as a woman. Young girls, come close to me. Let me talk to you people. Before you marry any man, you need to check the man and know what kind of model is this man I want to marry to. Am I compatible to him? If you are a woman who does not want anybody to control you, if you are a woman who does not want to be subject to any man, I want to assure you, you don't need to marry a real man. You just need to marry a baby boy. That is what you need to marry. But if you say you want to marry a man with authority, who wants to exercise his authority as a man, then you need to be subject to that man before that marriage will work out. And I want to tell you, 95% of marriage that is working today, there is a man with authority in that marriage. When a man lost authority, it's like when you have a president who does not have authority. The country cannot function. A man is the engine of every family, of every marriage. When that man lost his authority as a man, there is nothing that left. You can even see the effect in the life of the children. When a man does not have authority in a family, it can affect even the children in future. So, what model are you making use in your marriage today? What model are you making use? As a man, are you making the use of the model to love your wife as Christ loved the church? You own that woman what? Love. And when a man loves a woman, every other thing will follow. A man that loves you will always be there for you. A man that loves you will not turn against you. A man that loves you will not break your hearts. That is the deal. His only thing a man owns you is to love you. And when a man loves you, that man will offer all to you as a wife. So the husbands, you have to love your wife with everything in you. That is the model that woman is looking from you. And that woman, you have to be subject to your husband. That is what that man is looking from you. It's not about how much you are making yourself to look like. That is not the problem. That your beauty has an expiring date in every marriage. In every marriage, beauty expires faster than every other thing. That your beauty cannot keep your marriage. Who told you? That your built body cannot keep your marriage. Who told you? That your fixed body cannot keep a marriage. It can't keep a man. That's why you see what is going on in the world today. You're wondering how beautiful is this person, but she cannot be able to live with a man 5 or 6 years. The marriage will scatter because the woman is not submissive. I want to tell you, any woman that is not submissive cannot be able to live with any man. A woman that is not submissive can only be able to live with only 10% of men. And those 10%, they are the ones that fall into the men I call baby men. They don't have authority. A man without authority is like a woman. That man is equally a woman. That is what the man is. A man you can check is not a man. A man that cannot stand by their words, that person is not a man. Even at good and even at bad. The other man is the man who does not want to take responsibility. Those ones that are ready to marry any woman, as long as the woman can be providing, they don't care whatever the woman does. It's not their business. They don't care the kind of character of the woman. It's not their business. As long as the woman is putting something on the table, they don't care how whatever they are putting on the table, where is it coming from? These are the kind of men a woman who does not want to be submissive can marry in every marriage. You cannot apply that model to a real man who wants to hold his authority as a man that has been offered to him in the institute of war, marriage. In the arrangement of marriage, a man needs to carry what? Authority. That is it. But when a man lost that authority, I want to assure you, that marriage cannot stand. The marriage will be shaken. Even if they live together, when you come inside that house, you will see the wave of lack of authority in a marriage. When a marriage lacks authority, that marriage will be shaken. When marriage lacks authority, that marriage will be like a wave. What model are you applying in your marriage? I need you to check yourself. Is that model compatible with the woman you marry? Is that model compatible to the man you marry? You have to make sure it's compatible. Everyone have their rule to do what? To play. The rule of a man is there. The role of a woman is there. And the role of the man is there. Just follow the role and follow the rule that has been set for that institution called marriage. There is already a role being set up before you enter it. You have to follow that role. And you have to follow that rule. You have to follow that pattern. You have to follow that model. There is model for every marriage. You have to make sure you follow it. When you miss it, I want to tell you, your marriage will be waving every day. You cannot have peace in a marriage. When you take out authority out of a man in a marriage, go and check that marriage. There is no peace there. There is no peace in the life of the woman. There is no peace in the life of the man. That is the deal. Because It is not the model for marriage. That is not the model for marriage. That is not the model that was set up for marriage. There is a model that was set up for marriage. So if you want to go into it, you must abide by that rule and order. But when you want to alter it, if you want to alter that rule of marriage, I want to assure you, you will remain in pain. Even till you get old, you will remain in pain. There's no two ways about it. If you want a peace in life, you must make sure you follow the model of the marriage. You must make sure you follow the pattern of that institution called what? Marriage. But if you don't follow it, you will be the group of people who will regret getting married. That is only reason why you can be regretting of getting married. When you fail to follow the word, the model, the marriage was set up. When a man failed it, there is a trouble in that family. When a woman failed it, there will be a trouble in that family. When a man failed to love the wife, there is a trouble. And when a woman failed to respect the husband, there is a trouble. It's a two-way something. It's not for one person. It's for the two people. The two people have a role to play. Before that marriage can be compatible, those two people have a role to play for that marriage to be compatible. If one meets, there is a trouble. It must be two. Two of them must keep to the rule of marriage for them to enjoy that marriage. That is my advice to you. What model are you applying to your marriage? I need you to check it. Make sure it's compatible for two of you. If it's not compatible, I want you to make amendment. And even the ones about to get married, check yourself very well. Make sure you are compatible to that man before you get in there. Don't get in there and you begin to tell story tomorrow. If you are not compatible to him, there is no need of you getting into that business. Because that business is a long journey. It's not journey of hours, but it's journey of years. Check yourself very well and make use of the right model for your marriage so that you will enjoy the good and the dividend of marriage, and the joy of family will be your portion. When you live according to the pattern and according to the marriage, the model of marriage, your life will be beautiful. Your family will be beautiful. Even your children, when they grow up, they will grow with it. They will transfer it to other people who they may get married into tomorrow, because they will remember their parents who are living in peace. I pray for you that peace will be your portion in this new week. That is my prayer for you. That peace will be your portion. The peace of God that passes all understanding will remain with you now and forevermore. I will see you here the same time next week. The same time next week, I will see you here at the same time next week. I will see you here next week. Our time has changed. So next week, I will see you here by 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Next week. Because of the time change, I will see you here next week, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. We will revise back to our usual time. 1 hour backward. Next week program will start from 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Take note of that and let other people know about this time change. Remain blessed and God bless you.